You should be here for one reason only: to learn how to make money. That's it. If a secondary supporting reason is that you want to be amongst other people that are doing what you're doing and see their growth, see their concerns, see the barriers, the speed bumps that they have to go through. So that way it reminds you that it's not just you that's going through it. It's everyone goes through this same. I went through it. And most, like everything else I've ever taught, there's going to be this point in which when you're listening to me or watching me do executions or talking about what the market's going to do, you'll have selective hearing because you're coming to me with your preconceived notions about what it is that you need. So you think you need to know this or that, and then you'll be understanding better when you're sitting down in front of the charts live. And that is an illusion. I felt that way as a young man. I felt that, all I had to do was read a few books and I'd figure it out. Not knowing that I was going to be a huge barrier like you are and like everybody else that does this. That 7-pound universe that's in between your ears, that brain, has a wonderful, ability to present distractions or reasons not to do certain things or follow rules. And I talked about a mindset that many people have but won't admit to it. And the ones that try to resist it while learning how to trade, they're not going to be successful. And that trait is needing to be right. Every day before you sit down and watch a video of mine or sit down and listen to these types of discussions, which are all psychological, it's to prepare your mind. Okay, it's to prepare you with your mindset about what it is that you're doing, recalibrating yourself. You're not here to make me a celebrity. I don't want to be a celebrity. I don't want to be looked up to in high regard like some of you want me to be. I don't want that. You are here to learn how to make money. I have that ability to share with you how to find multiple ways of doing that in the marketplace. But most of you are trying to do that metal detector guy on the beach. He's looking for someone that lost some coins, or maybe they lost their wedding band. And how many times does he really find something like that? Probably not all that often. But he knows that what if he does? It pays for all the times they was out there plundering around through the sand. But in his mind, he's out there getting some sun. He loves what he's doing. He has submitted himself to the process. And if it happens that he finds something, well, that's all the better. But he enjoys doing what he's doing. Do you enjoy doing this? I saw a tweet this morning from a person saying, I hate this. I hate doing this. And I don't know if I should quit. The fact that you sat down and tweeted that, you have branded that on your soul. Your very spirit now has that very thing attached to it. And you have no idea the difficulty that you're going to have to work beyond that. When you vocalize, okay, because in the tongue there's power, okay, it's the power of giving life and taking life. Life and death is in the power of your tongue. I can say to you, you are one of my best students. You are so good at what you've done. You've done so well training and listening and following all the rules. And if I was to say that to you, you would feel empowered. Oh, it's awesome. ICT said that about me, man. It's great. I feel so good. Or if I sat down with one of you and said, look at you. You are a waste of a student. You've done nothing correctly. You've literally wasted your time and you don't do anything right. It's all your fault. So be miserable, stay in that state of mind. I don't want to waste my time on you. Wow. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. I don't talk to my students like that. What I do is I show them what they're doing incorrectly. So that way they can correct themselves. If you were off course in a ship, one small little degree off early on in your development or your course of departure, you're leaving your port of departure, heading towards some destination. If that ship is off 1 degree, just 1 degree over the course of your entire journey, you will not arrive on time. You might be able to calibrate later on in the middle of the journey when you discover that you're on the wrong path. But why would you want to do that? Keep your bearings. Know exactly where you're here, what you're here for, why you're here. It's to learn how to make money, how to read these charts, get that skill set. If you don't focus on that and let that be your number one driving reason for being here, you'll get distracted with other things. You won't be that diligent about your study. You'll let the drama, the pain, the discomfort of the process that everybody has to go through, you want it to be faster. And the more you want it to be faster, quicker for you to understand it, the longer it's going to be. Because you're wasting time and energy and effort worrying about how to speed it along instead of just going through the normal, everyday approach to going through it. There's only way to go through it is to go forward. That's it. There's no around shortcut. There's no faster way. There's nobody going to be able to condense this so that way you understand it correctly. The only thing they can talk about, they could be an echo. Take a small little sampling of something I've said, and it sounds amazing to the first time listener. They'll, oh, this is awesome. This is great. Well, I understand it. I created it. But it's going to be short in their understanding, and they won't know when the best time to use that specific tool, that approach, that mindset. And they leave it to the audience to come with their own result. And they'll pony show that. And they'll say, look what I'm doing. I'm teaching. I'm making all my students profitable. When the only thing you've done is echoed. And you've done it in an incomplete manner. That's how I'm talking to my students that are quickly trying to go out there and create a name for themselves as a teacher. If that's what you want to do, get the experience, learn it properly. You aren't done learning yet. Everything I've taught, I still have things to talk about. None of my charter members are complete. They may have a model. They may have profitability. They may have no real need to come to me anymore. But if you're going to weigh out in the balances, do they know everything that I know or was willing to teach or that I already taught? No, none of them do. Not one of them do that. Because the ones that are profitable, they found what they were looking for while going through the process. And none of them have came back to me and said, what I came to you looking for and had in mind what I was going to learn, I learned it exactly, and it was exactly what I was expecting. They all said, I didn't even see this coming. And now this is what I trade, and I'm completely comfortable. Are you willing to be flexible like that? Because that's what's required. You have to have that flexibility, that ability to adapt. Because again, when you come to someone as a student, or you're not even a student yet, you come here with the expectation you're going to learn how to make money. That's great. Hold on to that. Hold on to that. Because if you don't have that, you'll quit. Because if you're here to just feel good, like it's some kind of club, some kind of a community that just keeps everybody hopped up on goofballs, feeling good. And I try to do that when it's appropriate. When we're expecting a certain market move to happen or a certain level get hit, I'll put some kind of a little bit of a spin on it, whether it be a meme or some kind of backhanded remark, just to create some emotional response, because that way it anchors it to you. You'll remember it because of that. Whereas if I just say it's going to go here, it goes there, and I never talk about it anymore, it just goes, you won't see that as something that is a milestone, which is important to see marked, logged, recorded in a journal, because you will encounter times when it feels like you can't do it. It feels like it won't make sense. You can come to me with this spirit of expectation and had the right mindset, saying, okay, I know nothing, I'm ready to learn. And then what happens is, because I have so many things to teach, I have so many approaches to going into the marketplace and finding setups. That was my weakness. I was afraid to enter the trades because I had no real understanding in 1992 what I was doing. So the entirety of 1993 and 94, I developed entry models because that's what I was fearful of. And I believed that I needed to be in every price swing. Every time something happened in the marketplace, I had to know why it did that. And because I'm obsessively compulsive, I poured all my energy and time into understanding what causes all these types of movements. And I want you to know that everything I've taught thus far is more than enough. What have you done with it? See, when you come to me and you want to learn and you're in the right mindset and you start learning new things and new concepts and approaches and things that help fortify your understanding of price action, you get addicted to that. And I do my best to make it sticky. So that way you want to come back, because it's easy to talk yourself out of it in the beginning. It's easy. It's easy to say this is too hard. But I'm aware as a mentor, I'm a realist. There's going to be people that come to me with all the right intentions, even with the proper mindset. I will fail them as a mentor because of something I can't do. And I'm a human. I can't meet every expectation of every student that comes to me. I understand that. And I wish